Thank you, Christian. Thank you again. I really enjoyed the previous panel and the excellent intervention of the speakers. I would like to use some slides for this talk, if possible. Wonderful. So I will be bringing a regional and national perspective into the women in clean energy issues and how can we harness all the talents in this pool of talents. If you can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, next one, please. Yes. So I want us first to agree and to continue from the discussion in the previous panel that women bring positive potential to the energy sector. As for the existing studies and the surveys, women are more likely to invest in renewable energy and to reduce carbon emissions, promoting more sustainable energy practices. Also, diversity brings smart economics to solutions and increase national competitiveness. Women, the notion of energy democratization is better enforced in diverse settings and encouraging greater social engagement in energy system change. Also, as per studies from MIT, CMU, and UC, that documents cultural benefits related to communication and interactions, and the collective intelligence among groups with women are much higher than, of course, one gender groups. Globally, women are less involved in the energy workforce. The energy industry has the lowest representation of women on board of directors worldwide, as we heard from the previous speakers. But hopes are mainly on the renewable energy to address the acute gender gap in the energy sector. There are more than 10 million renewable energy jobs, as per IRENA, and women employment rates in this sector are by more than 30%, very encouraging for the renewable energy sector for women, also by IRENA. If you go to the next slide, please. Okay. But regionally, there have been reforms in the region, in the MENA region, and in the Gulf region, and increased support for women. Governments realize that women are at the heart of the real social and economic development. On average, women participation in higher education is very high in the area. Some countries, especially in the Gulf countries, are much higher than male. Arab women are actively engaging and pursuing STEM education, as per UNESCO and World Bank reports. Actually, Arab women enjoy math and science, and which is different than the stereotype, the global stereotype of women involvement in math and attraction to STEM. I have here some examples. 59% of computer science students in Saudi Arabia are actually female. 80% from petroleum engineering students in Kuwait University actually female. 60% of graduates from natural science, math and statistics in the overall Arab countries also female, which is very, very encouraging numbers. Can we go next, please? Key challenges for women in the MENA region, as in the rest of the world, include the glass ceiling for promotion prospects and lower wages for similar work. Also, challenges include the biased view of gender roles. Now, from Saudi Arabia's perspective, and for Saudi Arabia, and as the country transitioning to more decentralized and diverse energy systems, new opportunities are emerging for women to contribute to the development to a more creative, innovative, and dynamic community-oriented energy industry, more responsive to social and cultural change. There was substantial allocation of funds for education, about 25% in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The budget of the country been allocated to education. Since women are actually have higher percentages in higher education students and graduates, then actually this budget going directly to more women in effect. Women participation in higher education in Saudi Arabia reached 62%. And there have been multiple funds, support programs through government and partnerships for female STEM education, fellowships, research funding, internships in the industry, and real-world projects, and specific energy training and academic programs. Here we see examples. If you go next slide, I can talk a little bit about each of these. Saudi women in STEM education leads to potential in the economy. Effort University is pioneering in STEM education for female. It has emerged as higher education leader in training female for energy and engineering. And first engineering program for female was offered by Effort University in Saudi Arabia in 2008. And Masters of Science in Energy Engineering was offered in 2017 with a concentration of renewable energy for female as well. Next, please. Saudi women also are making advances in renewable energy and environmental research within Ibn Khaldun Fellowship Program for Saudi Arabian women scientists and engineers who spent 1 year at MIT working with world-renowned researchers. More than 30 fellows have graduated from the program, including myself and Dr. Noura Mansouri, who will be here from next after my talk. The program sponsored by, originally by KFM, King Fahd University for Petroleum and Minerals, later on by Aramco, and right now it is under the sponsorship of CAPS, King Abdulaziz City for Science and Technology. Next, please. Industry academia partnerships are key to provide internships to students. They are key to their success in entering the clean energy sector. Effort University established several agreements for real-world projects, which mainly trained and promoted our students to install solar projects on campus to serve as a laboratory for energy research and to train students and faculty to design and implement and operate renewable energy projects. Actually, this appeared in the news, as you see here, one of the newspapers. Girls Go Solar in Saudi Arabia. Go next, please. Saudi women already have a strong head start. This is a recognition from also the Clean Energy Ministerial in 2016. We see that how women engagement will provide economic, environmental, and technological benefits while encouraging energy sector innovation. Next, please. And here I share quickly my own journey, which you can see reflects the institutional support and the programs contributed to my career advancement in the clean energy. You can see here how the scholarships from the Ministry of Education, from Aramco, helped me start my career, and how later on through other programs and the support from research funding and industry university partnerships, I was able to progress towards my career. In addition, I would like to highlight the importance of the networks, such as you can see here in the 2016 LEAF and the 2020 LEAFs, those two, the CEM, the Mission Innovation Championship, and the C3E networks, how they helped in recognizing and giving exposure and credibility to help also in networking and additional support and progression in the career. Can we go next, please? Finally, the recommendations for strategy to support women inclusion in the clean energy in the region. Focusing in the areas with high potential and what is needed right now in the region for infrastructure projects, engineers, technicians, construction, installation, and manufacturing jobs. And of course, in addition to the leadership roles, to prepare females for senior decision making and being executives as well. The institutional culture by providing role models and mentorship programs to improve gender diversity are very important, including having senior executive mentoring high potential women in the company, training on the unconscious bias, and talking about it and explore ways in order to eliminate it. Companies and government agencies need to build a solid pipeline also towards diversity by hiring and training. Internships can go a long way for female students in the sector, especially in the areas I mentioned. Institutional policies and practices and programs to give the optimal opportunity for women to and for female in the workplace. I think this covers it all. This covers my intervention. Thank you very much. I hand it back now to Kristen.
Thank you very much, Dr. Al-Nory, for your impressive presentation of all the achievements in Saudi Arabia and initiatives for empowering women, and also for sharing with us your personal journey. I think this is very inspiring for our audience.